What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be doing another episode of Hook. This time, it is going to be episode 2 of the Watch Your Book 2. As always, guys, if you missed the last episode, I will link it down below in the description. It wasn't really a super great episode. It was just explaining where Chloe was, and hopefully here, it's going to have a little bit of more contact. As in, Chloe is actually going to talk a little bit more. But without further ado, guys, let's jump into it. So let's see how it starts off. So it says by Chloe saying, "Who's out there?" The instant the words cross Chloe's lips, the mood in the air around her changes. The darkness itself seems to stiffen because they know that she knows they're there. I said, "Who's out there?" Chloe waits patiently for a response, and then she waits a bit more, until she's tired of waiting on the darkness to answer. "I heard you laughing at me, and I want you to know, whoever you are, I think you're a coward. Hiding out there in the dark, snickering like some playground bully. Now, to be sure, the terrible things watching Chloe are now strangers to insult. How could they be? Many of them are thousands of years old, and for most, their only purpose, their only reason for existing, is to torture, kill, and, in all other ways conceivable, torment human beings. So naturally, no small amount of scorn and contempt has been voiced their collective way, as they've carried out their duties throughout the millennia. In fact, over the centuries, just about every jibe, every insult, every what the fuck is that? Denunciation of what they are and what they do has been spat upon them at one time or another. But not here. Not in this deep, dark place they call home. And certainly not by a 14-year-old girl who has recently found herself alone in the world." So now we know Chloe's age, so she's only 14 and she's this fucking cocky. I really shouldn't be talking. My sister's the same exact fucking way. I want to punch her. "No, this is a curious occurrence altogether for the wild things watching Chloe, and to be certain, they do not care for it. Did you hear me? I said you're nothing but a coward, and I despise you for it." This time, Chloe's words are met, not with a snicker or a gasp of indrawn breath, or even 1,000 gasps of breath. This makes no fucking sense. No, this time Chloe's slandering brings the fucking darkness around her to life. Shit. Muttering, mumbling, grumbling, only murmurs at first, but more deafening than that silent bitch-ass witch Chloe, which is fuck her, until this very moment found so disconcerting. Now that she's able to comprehend that whispered words filtering into her ears. No, the language of these bitch asses is quite ancient and quite fucking foreign to Chloe. But the tune is unmistakable. The things out there in the pitchy blackness are pissed the fuck off. Now, to be sure, this was Chloe's intention to elicit a response. I can't believe I read that word correctly. Their problem is she never imagined there was more than one ugly ass thing out there to respond, let alone an army of them. And that is what it's being to feel like the discontent, another fucking word, the same shit. The discontented growling of the wild things rises to a fever pitch. It feels as if she is surrounded by an army of fiends who wish nothing more than to, oh shit. Well, what are you waiting for? Get over with. Chloe shouts the words, though she has no clue from whence they came. For despite her early claim, she does not wish to die. Not here, not like this, all alone in frigid darkness. Yet, she cannot hold her tongue. Damn. Do you think there are enough of you out there yet to manage one little girl? Or are we waiting on a few late arrivals? Another handful of spineless lemmings come to cower in the blackness where I can't even see you. Now, if the dark things out there in the dark forest were unhappy with the little girl a moment ago, they are absolutely livid after hearing this. And to be clear, the what the fucking hell, bro? Specific instructions they were given are the girl is not to be touched. Now in the addled minds of the many spiteful beasties milling about in the bleakness, this leaves some very tangible gray area, some wiggle room as it were. So for the first time since Chloe woke, the creatures about her, these things that came from far and near to see this little bitch ass they've heard so much about, close and flooding the clearing around Chloe. They don't move slowly and they don't move cautiously. They move like a fucking hell, bro. Again with the same shit. Let's continue with it. Then it says, why shouldn't they? They have nothing to fear here. So they approach fast and they approach furiously, one nasty thing after another, stampeding by in the blackness, snorting and sniffling cocaine. What? Snapping and snarling and breathing chill breaths down the back of the little girl's little neck. If Chloe was terrified before, she is literally frozen with fear now. That bitch deserves every fucking fear in her body. And the cruel things about her couldn't be happier for it. So they keep going, both to take part in frightening her to death and to partake of her suffering. Paralyzed, Chloe slams her eyes shut against the things she can't see. Heavy tears roll down her cheeks, off her chin, and into the nothingness before her. But none finds it, way too mossy ground beneath her. Each droplet is sucked from the air by the cruel creatures swarming like sharks. Chloe's chin begins to move, tremble like a shiver as she searches for the strength to say she's sorry, but she really ain't sorry. She's just scared as shit. To let them know she gets it now. She understands. Without question, she went too far, but fear has sapped her strength, and the words never come. Not that they would have made any difference to the things in this place. In fact, the things here would have rather enjoyed hearing her beg, but we are beyond that point, for the little girl's little heart is pumping like a bird's now, much too fast for its own good. This rapid beating is quite audible to the beasties, and it only serves to churn their frenzy all the more furiously. I don't know if I read that fucking part right. Because this is what they do, what they love. It's what many of them were created for, to scare people to death. And Chloe is close now. Adrenaline has her heart racing at a precarious pace as searing pain is rising in her chest and she is quite unable to breathe. Her head begins to spin as her hands shake and she knows it is almost over. That bitch is gonna die. Before her tiny heart explodes inside her chest, she'll be with her mother again soon. And that's when it comes out of the nothingness, a single voice, loud and clear, booming even, enough! Though the word is spoken in the last language of these nightmare creatures, Chloe needs no translation because she's dumb as hell to understand its meaning. For an instant, the assault on her senses ceases. The stampeding continues, but now the beasties are racing away in all directions, and from above, a shower of leaves swirls down from the thick canopy as many of the fleeing beings make their escape into the deep, upside-down ocean of branches there. The cruel things are the frightened ones now. But of what? Chloe doesn't care at this point. What she cares about is that her hair is no longer blowing in a breeze, that she has that fucking ass attitude, that there's no longer being created by a herd of freaks rushing past her, snapping and snarling, succeeding in frightening the life out of her. And so Chloe slumps to her side, gasping for air. Her heart begins to slow as the ache in her chest diminishes to a dull throb. But she is safe. Something is out there. Something frightened the things away, didn't it? Or was that just a dream, a hallucination, the product of an oxygen-starved mind and a failing heart? Hello, Chloe. Clearly, it was none of these things. Lying on her side, gathering her senses, Chloe struggles to place the cold, raspy voice. And though she quickly realizes she never actually heard the voice before, there is no denying who it belongs to. Did you miss me? Oh, fuck off. Alright, I think I know what's going on here now. So the Watcher's in love with Chloe. He protected her from these snarling snatchers things and he wants to marry her in the near future because he thinks she's mad cute and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna save her from these things just to make her feel happy so she's gonna, love me back. Tell me in the comment section down below if you guys did enjoy how I read this. I did change it up a little bit. Obviously, you guys loved it. You guys are probably cracking yourselves up over there. But I did hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below if you're new. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next one. Peace.